Good one.
Oh, you hit me! Oh my God.
I want to be like Randy. Well, hey everybody, happy Halloween. Hope I can get this video put out today. It is such a great time to be in the outdoors in Missouri right now. It is a beautiful, beautiful fall morning here, October 31st. I'm sitting behind the house here with my little food plot. Had a pretty cool morning so far. I got a nice little setup here. I've got a great big white oak acorn tree out here on the farm on the edge of my food plot that's dropping acorns. I got a camera over it, and they're hitting it very hard at night. I'm getting a few daylight pictures too. I got a couple of persimmon trees behind me as well. It's dropping persimmons. And I've got a little food plot out here in front with a little bit of clover in it. And so I'm seeing a little bit of action. I had some turkeys come in this morning. Of course, I got my bow. I didn't bring my shotgun. And I'm not a very good bow shot with the turkeys. But anyway, I had a little, I think he was a little 8-point coming out there for a little while here. So it's been a cool morning, just kind of sit and watch. So I didn't even try shooting at the turkeys. I just enjoyed watching them and hoping that I get a big fat doe come in actually, or at least another mature buck. Anyway, great time to be out in the outdoors, whether you're hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever. It's such a wonderful time to be in the outdoors in Missouri right now. Fishing wise, I've been fishing with my buddy Chris Dickherber, and so we fished a couple Angry Pirate tournaments this fall already. Andrew started those up again here a couple Tuesdays ago, and they're a lot of fun. We haven't done all that well so far yet. We brought in a small limit on the last go around. I think we brought in 3 or 4 here the first tournament we fished. But anyway, we're having fun. One of the things that I'm working on here in the quote-unquote off season of fishing tournaments is trying to fish with different people and kind of study some different techniques and different styles. And I seem to learn a lot more that way than trying to just do everything on my own. Chris and I, in the first Angry Pirate tournament that we fished, we had a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of my trimming luck on that one where we had a hard time getting him in the boat. And of course, if you know Chris, he likes to fish shallow. So we fished, probably 5 foot of water or less most of the day, hitting the backs of the creeks, the backs of the flats, and that kind of thing, which is the way I like to fish too. But we had one little area here where we had some fish stacked up in a hole, and I think we had at least 2 keepers, and one that was a borderline keeper on. We didn't get one of them in the boat. I had one on a little Cinco that jumped off right off the edge of the net, jumped up in the air. Chris had the net out, kind of landed right just on the tip of the net. It could have fell backwards into the net or out away from the net. And sure enough, it went away from the net. So that's how our day kind of started there. And then he had another one jump off as well. And I had another one get me hung up in a brush pile that I couldn't get out, and finally spit the hook there. So that was kind of the highlights of our first Angry Pirate derby. But we caught a few more little guys later in the day. I think we had, let's say, 2 or 3 fish on that one. And then we fished again earlier this week on the second one. We had a small limit, I think 1060 was our weight there. Finally caught one on the jig. Yay! My little jewel peewee jig, peewee spider jig. Caught a decent one, about 16 and a half. And then the little Cinco caught another one that was about 16 as well. And then Chris caught some on his, what did he catch them on? I think on his little crawl bait. I think maybe 1 or 2 on his crankbaits as well. So we had fun. Topwater bite wasn't working for us. And we didn't really try the suspended fish on the docks. I'm thinking that's where we might have missed the boat on the last one. I think some other guys did fairly well doing that. And we caught some little guys, but we didn't stick with it. So we may try a little more of that for the next one coming up. That's such a good fall pattern on Lake of the Ozarks. You can find the bait fish and find where those fish are kind of suspended on the dock phone. This is the time of year that pattern can be really good. And so we had fun. We had a good turnout for the Angry Pirate. I don't know, we had at least 12, 13 boats. The last one, maybe a little bit more. Andrew's doing good. He's kind of gotten back in the swing of the tournament fishing. He's gotten healthy again. He's looking great. He's fishing the solo series top 100 with us, starting in December as well. So he's, I think, placed in the top 3 or 4 of the last 2 tournaments by himself. So he's doing good. But it was good to see the guys again. Dale Birch was there. He bought a guy by the name of Chris Johnson. Both those guys got their YouTube channel there, so they fished together. I'm looking forward to seeing those videos when they come out. Chris Johnson, I think aspiring angler, is the one guy. He's from Arkansas. Seemed like a really nice guy. I just met him. And then Dale Birch has his old school bass fishing channel that he puts out. And I think he kind of gave up tournament fishing for a little while, but he was back at this one, so it was good to see him back at that. And so Lake of the Ozarks right now, I think it's fishing fairly decent. It's taking 16, 17, 18 pounds, I think, to win. There's a lot of 5-fish limits coming in. And it's fall. It's such a beautiful time to be out. I mean, the leaves, they're not fantastic this year with the drought, but they're looking pretty good. And they're about at peak color. And it's just a beautiful time to be out whether you're hunting or fishing. So anyway, just a short little video to kind of summarize the derbies here that Chris and I have been fishing with. I will say from an educational teaching standpoint, one of the things, many things I've learned from Chris is one is you can't get too shallow, and 2 is he'll go back farther into a creek than I normally do, and even in my jet, he can get his Phoenix back there pretty good long ways. And so one of the things I've learned from his is don't be afraid to just go farther back than what you think there's going to be any fish in, because we fished a couple of those flats where there wasn't going to get any bites on the main part in 2 or 3 foot of water, and I was about ready to give up on it. I was like, no, we're going to keep on going. And sure enough, we find the hole back there, a little deeper water, where there was some fish stacked in that. So that's something I learned from Chris as well. And this guy doesn't even have a front graph on his boat. None. I think he's got a graph on the console for kind of mapping, but doesn't even have a front graph on the bow of his boat. So he fishes shallow and kind of by instinct, old school. So it's fun to fish from there. And he's real particular on some of his baits too. I think maybe his brother Davey helps him with that a little bit. And Davey's a real good angler as well. But he's got some very specific baits that he likes. Just specific craw baits, specific crankbaits, specific things he does with his chop pole that generates more bites that you kind of pick up on. I learned from him as well. But anyway, we're having a good time. He's a great guy to fish with. I do enjoy the Angry Pirates on Tuesdays. It's a nice way to spend the Tuesdays. If you're interested, we go at a Gravelly Mill from 7 to 3 every other Tuesday. And so we just had one this Tuesday of Halloween weekend, or Halloween week. I think the next one, I think it's Veterans Day, coming up here in about a week and a half on Tuesdays from 7 to 3 at the Gravelly Mills. So come on out. It's a good time, good guys to fish with. And Andrew tends to provide some beverages afterwards, and Chris sometimes provides a pizza from Dave's Pizza and Wings. So it's a pretty good deal. A lot of fun. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now. I'm enjoying a little time on the ground by this morning. Going to have some dinner with some friends tonight, and probably spend the weekend in a tree stand or in a ground blind somewhere as well. And the other thing I'm really, really excited about is I had a good visit with the dealership yesterday. I'm not going to go into too many details yet, but I'm starting to narrow down my boat search for 2026. A real good meeting with the dealership yesterday. I've kind of got my mind made up on what it is I want to go with for this next year. But we'll save that for another video. But I felt good about our meeting yesterday. I pretty much told them that this is what I want. This is what I want to build. Can you guys do this, and they pretty much can do everything I wanted. So he's going to run the numbers today. I may not be near as excited when the price tag comes in today, but I am excited that they were able to do most of what I wanted to do with this boat build. It's going to be a custom rig that suits my style of fishing. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. I'll save that for another video here if we get some traction on that one. But that's kind of what's going on right now. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. Get out and enjoy this beautiful fall weather, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.